Hi, I'm Chuanyin Lin. It's my pleasure to be here for the group case interview. After the group discussion we just had, now I will identify one organization issue of Apple and introduce a technology solution for the issue to you. The organization issue of Apple is the loss of talents. This issue began with its return to office policy, impacting human resources. Despite employees' resistance, Apple maintains the policy, resulting in the departures of talented individuals. This poses an organization issue, undermines operational excellence and sustainability. Despite Apple's key competitive advantage in its ecosystem, product, technology, and talents contribute. Based on our discussion, we believe that Apple's implement the return to office policy in order to prioritize efficiency. As working at home lacks certain monitoring standards to a certain extent. Therefore, Apple could use software and application to solve this issue, which is to build a more comprehensive Apple-only internal working system to replace the implementation of the return to office policy. The internal working system is a Chrome and Safari-like app and applications for laptops and phones with the following functions. Firstly, there will be a time record in these systems, as the system will record the time they have spent on the system, which can help Apple to monitor the working hours of their employees. And secondly, the functions of dashboards allows employees to join specific sector or project groups, enabling clear work setup, concise announcements, and easy submissions of tasks without relying on email. The third one is the chatbot function. Events for important company-related discussion or formal document sharing, email is required for record keeping. However, using email can be time-consuming compared to chatbots, which offer a convenient and clear communication. The chatbots can also record discussion and document transfer. Now let's move to the information system's 5 components framework. The hardware will be computers and phones, which are Apple's major products. The software will be the working systems that I have just described above. The data will include employees' data for Apple to better classify its employees into different sectors or groups. Also will include customized data, product and service data, project data, and extras for the foundational of working materials. And the log data will use to track the system's operation. And the producers will include guidelines for the software development, quality assurance, data privacy, and security measures to ensure the effective functioning of its information system. The people will be administrators, programmers, and Apples and their employees. Now I will apply TOE to assess the solution. First, I will talk about technology feasibility. For the complexity, as I research online, there are some technology companies that can help other companies to customize their internal working system. This technology is mature enough in the market, which means that mastering in this technology is totally feasible for Apple, one of the world's leading technology company. Apple won't have any problem in these areas of compatibility, as it has already built its own ecosystem, which means that as soon as it set up its own internal work system, it will compatible with all the Apple's products used by their employees during their work. However, for the security part, defining boundaries between private and work may be challenging, potentially leading to disputes despite efforts to protect employees' privacy during the system setup. Secondly, I will talk about the organization feasibility of this solution from the perspective of mastery and tolerability from the SMART toolkit. From the mastery perspective, due to the functions of the dashbox and chatbox functions of the system, employees will know their rules clearly and will gain clear goals and requirements for the tasks they need to be finished. Their outcome will be identifiable, and they can receive feedbacks and recognitions from supervisors and peers. From the tolerable perspective, the time records functions can record how long the employees spent on their work. The system will detect employees who are working unusually long hours, thus helping the management of Apple to ensure that they are giving them the right amount of work, which should make sure the employees can work with manageable mental and pressure. Thirdly, I will talk about the economic feasibility. They will increase the development costs for the system software design and mobile application. The implementation costs will include hardware installation for each employee and the training costs on the way to use systems that Apple needs to provide to their employees. And the ongoing maintenance costs will include the bug fix and the system updates for the future system operation. However, in general, it costs Apple less to develop and operate a new system than the average company, because Apple itself has a certain number of the world's top technology development talents. So there are many other benefits that the system can provide. The system can automate and streamline many business processes, reducing the time and cost of manual operation, and system can collect and analyze large amounts of data to provide a valuable insight and analyze for decision making. In conclusion, establishing an internal system for Apple is feasible and benefits outweigh drawbacks. Addressing challenges of the controversies about privacy issue that may arise in the future through measures and policy. The system enhances clarity, efficiency, and decision support, improving operational and competitiveness. Apple can reduce development and operational costs with its talents and resources. In conclusion, with Apple needing to ensure the employees are working effectively and efficiently from home, an internal system is advantageous for Apple. And given the limited time available for this group discussion, we will make the solution even better if we have more time. So during our group discussion, I think the influencing skill I have demonstrated in the group is the leadership. The situation is, in this group interview, we need to choose two of the four companies we offered ourselves to find the organization issue and to provide a solution. Both I and another group members of our group, choose a technology company, which is Apple and Alibaba. And therefore, the task for me is that I want to convince other crewmates to choose Apple but not Alibaba. The actions I have taken are based on the methods I learned in Cladini's influencing tactics. This is an influencing tactics that is the reciprocity, which is people are obliged to give back to others the forms of the behaviors, gifts, or service that they have received first. I first introduced Apple's organization issue to them by using a simple PowerPoint I have made, and because I want my groupmates to know that the importance of this organization issue. If they choose Apple, and they will have more space to demonstrate their ability to solve business problems. And immediately afterwards, I provide them some inspiration of the solution that I have already thought of in advance. I gave them as much information as I could about the organization issue and solution of Apple. And finally, the result is all the other groupmates agree to choose Apple. Even though I'm successful in my attempts to influence, I still think I have a point need to reflect on, which is that when I provide information to others in applying the principle of reciprocity, I can be more concise in my speech as people have only limited attention. And this is my references. Thank you for listening.